Let's knock out my least favorite level of the entire game first. Honestly though, it's not incredibly painful on easy, but man, it brings back bad memories on advanced mode. Adder, will the fortress be completed on schedule? Yes, we're proceeding without delays. And the mini cannons? All 8 of them have been constructed on the sites you selected. Then all is well. Commander, we've reports of a large green Earth force heading this way. I estimated they'd be appearing about this time. They're all air units. Hold on, I think so, sir. Nothing but air units, sir. How predictable. Deploy our troops immediately. Yes, sir. Attention, all units, target that fortress and open fire! Oh no, hold on, sir. This is no good. There are anti-aircraft units everywhere! What? They knew we were coming. What should I do? If we allow them to complete that factory, Green Earth will suffer. If we press our attack, we might win, but the casualties will be enormous. Commander, let's continue with the attack. But we're Green Earth's strongest force. We cannot lose. That's what you always tell us, isn't it? He's right, sir. We won't be beaten by the likes of those black hole thugs, and we can't sit by and let them complete that fortress. We can't. Let's hit him, Commander. Come on, sir. My soldiers. All right, we proceed as planned. Aim for the heart of their offensive power, the mini cannons. Let's give them a show of power they won't soon forget. In this mission, we do not have a time limit. However, from a technical standpoint, this is a limited timed mission by virtue of everything is finite. If we look at Hawke and his CO power, which is Black Wave and Black Storm, this can cause either 1 or 2 damage to all of your units. Plus, with no airports, Eagle cannot repair nor refill his air unit's fuel. Furthermore, we have 4 fighter jets, and we absolutely have to make sure that we use these 4 fighter jets to take out the opponent's fighters. That is the only thing that we have to take out Hawke's fighters. So after we take out the first wave of 4 helicopters and 2 fighters, we have to cautiously approach the first of 8 cannons. By this time we should be able to have the other fighters taken down. The thing is, ideally we do want to use Eagle's CO power before Hawke uses his, however this typically is not possible. If you look at the center island, you will see that the cannons are actually blocking anti-air units. So for this playthrough I decided to take out all 4 of these cannons on the same turn so that we win the battle and not have to worry about the 4 anti-air units. Commander, the mini cannons, they've been destroyed. That's it then. We will withdraw. It appears that we've won.
Mission complete.
Least favorite level in the entire game. I think this one's Drake's Dilemma. Yeah, goodness. What are the enemy troops doing? They appear to be gathering on a small island on the inland sea, and our troops have surrounded the sea. Yes, sir. A complete wall encircles them. All that remains is to destroy them unit by unit with the black cannon. It's too early to relax. Much could happen before they are annihilated. Tell the troops to keep on their toes. Yeah, Drake's Dilemma. These fog of war missions can last forever. Enemy troops everywhere. Arr! I've got to find a way to turn the tides, or we'll all be swept away. Should I weather that cannon's fire? Triple pun! In the reefs or transport troops to the HQ with landers. Commander, incoming call from Commander Eagle. From Eagle? Patch him through. Drake, are you okay? Eagle? We've hit a patch of rough sea here. The enemy's surrounded us. We've got to find a way to save the troops. Hold on, I've got some good news for you. What is it? I received a communique from Yellow Comet. They've sent reinforcements, and that's not all. They're being led by the Emperor himself, Canby. That is good news. Okay, I'll launch a counter-offensive timed with Canby's attacks. You'll be aiming to take out those 2 black cannons, right? Yep, we can mop up the rest of the enemy once that's done. Understood. I'll request that Canby's troops target the black cannons too. Thanks, Eagle. You have this old sailor's gratitude. Save it for the victory celebration. Good luck to you, Drake. Get ready to taste steel from both sides. Here's the issue. Next, it is Drake's turn to face off against the new CO, Hawke. We do get some help from Yellow Comet, and honestly, Yellow Comet is the savior in this mission. It is still the fastest to win this battle with Drake, that is, sending his Navy units south and destroying both giant black cannons. Technically, it's definitely possible to win this by route as well, by sending Canby's forces all the way around this giant horseshoe, although it takes a very long time. The general idea is, first with Drake, we want to send our units into the reefs so that they are completely hidden. We can submerge our submarines for recon, and while submarines are submerged, they cannot be attacked by any enemy units nor the black cannons. With a few battleships in place, we can chip off most of the land units on both sides of this horseshoe land area. It is true that Drake does have a headquarter and base at the very south end of the map. Typically, we can't invest that much money in the production of any land units, although an infantry unit can start to sneak north only when it's safe to capture the seaport there. Generally, the Yellow Star strategy here is to capture property sequentially and the closest missile silo. There is nothing that we can do to prevent the enemy from getting the next closest missile silo and base. We want to set up a nice force, as well as having some indirect combat units so that we can push Hawke back and then eventually retake this base. Drake should be able to use his battleships for assistance to be able to assist Yellow Comet capturing the next base. The problem of getting through the small bottleneck area is the fact that there are enemy units hidden in the woods, and the black cannon range is extremely large. And remember, as long as we're in view, then we are eligible to be hit with the giant black cannons. Additionally, by this time, Hawke will probably have been able to use his Super CO power several times, and so our brand new Navy units will have either been damaged or taken down health considerably. It's a double-edged sword whether or not we decide to combine our units. It is true that we will be given some money and perhaps be able to build more units, but the thing is, money is so short as well as time in this that sometimes it's better to just work with what you have, keeping your units separate so that you get more moves in, albeit weaker moves. As soon as we are able to get all the way south, there is plenty of reefs for us to hide in, and then we can use our indirect battle unit fire to be able to take out the black cannons. It's not really the case that we'll ever have to face off against the opponent's navy, other than the pre-deployed naval units. The AI will typically only build a lander in the seaport and never have use for it. As usual, fog of war missions can take an awful long time to be able to complete, just by virtue of we don't necessarily know where all of the enemy units are, and so therefore we'll continuously walk into various ambushes, and if we choose not to save scum through the level, which again I did not do during this playthrough, we're simply going to be bogged down and lose units. I was able to drive all the way north to the upper right corner. However, by this time Drake is also driven down and destroying the black cannons, and so therefore Canby's Yellow Force unit has served its purpose. The black cannons were destroyed. Useless. Hunks. We'll withdraw for the moment. Adjust our preparations. Commander Canby. Commander Drake. I am pleased to see you unarmed. Unharmed. You have our gratitude for the reinforcements. I believe we might have gone down with our ships if you hadn't come. Nonsense. Even surrounded, I believe you would have turned the tables and emerged victorious. We simply sped the process up a bit. Thanks for the vote of confidence. I would like to battle at your side again someday. The feeling's mutual. Maybe when we're storming Black Hole's fortress. May that day come soon. Until then, goodbye. Goodbye.
Mission complete.
power. Yeah. Unfortunately, let's get this level over with as well. Hawke, Flax here. Why, he's supposed to be implementing my plan elsewhere. He said he's got something to talk to you about. Very well, send him in. Heard you were launching an attack. Yes. Near the volcano. That's correct. Sounds dangerous. Which is why we're doing it. The volcano disrupts the air currents. Our enemies will be unable to use their best troops, their air force. But there's lava flying everywhere. Our own troops are being injured too. Which means what to us exactly? Any losses we incur are acceptable in the name of victory. But the strength of the enemy forces attacking my front. Now I see, this is all about you, pretending to be concerned about the troops when it's your own skin. What? No, that's... Before you question my plans again, I suggest you win a battle with one of your own devising. The lava's going to make little people pancakes, hee hee hee. Rain of fire. So here is our debut of Jess, not Jessie. The enemy's preparing an attack near the volcano. What are you going to do, Eagle? You can't fly near that thing. Arr! In that case, we'll meet the foe on the ground. Hold on, Eagle. You know you're not at your best on the ground. So, Jess, here is this red-headed lesbian who always holds around a giant pencil because she doesn't need men. Let me take care of this. Ground command's my specialty. Hey, Jess, stop right. She's gone. Does she think she can decide who's going? Who does she? Eagle, Jess is right. Let her take care of this. In her manly way. Yes, I know she's right. I'm just letting off steam. And we finally get to try out our new Green Earth CO, Jess. Overall, her direct firing units are very powerful, although her troops, Air Force, and also Navy units are less so. Her CO power is turbocharged, which actually refills all of your ammo and fuel for your vehicles and gives your tanks 1 unit extra of movement. And then her super CO power is overdrive, which basically doubles turbocharge. For this map, you might notice that I'm continuously looking down, as every other day there are different fire tiles that the volcano will spew lava and will damage your units if they are parked there. The keys to victory here is we want to push north as fast as we can and capture both of those bases. Once we have that established, then we want to take 2 armies and push east. The interesting thing is on the southern half of the map, we have 3 rows, which is hard to defend but even harder to push forward. However, on the north side of the map, we only have 2 rows, which not only is easy to put up a defensive posture, but it's also very easy to push Hawke back. A very interesting thing happens in this map. Hawke is so focused on the bottom half of this map that you can actually move your force all the way to the east and capture his headquarters, which usually goes unguarded, especially if you are distracting him on the southern front. There are 4 bases around his headquarters, so if you have 4 units that you can push across that single tile bridge and cover up the factories, then guess what? He cannot build anything up in that northern top corner. And since he's so distracted by the southern half of the map, victory is usually in hand.
They've made it this far. We should withdraw for now. Tell the troops they fought well under these terrible conditions. Tell them I'm proud of them.
Yes, ma'am. Yes, that was well done.
It was all the soldiers doing. I just nudged them along.
That's exactly right. Eagle, stow that bilge. However, you weren't terrible, Red. Try to continue not screwing up.
Now, hold on a minute, Eagle. Where did he go?
Jess, believe it or not, he meant that as a compliment.
I know that. I was just wondering if he couldn't find a better way to do it.
Mission complete.
This one's a good live and let live level. No time constraints. Flash, is the airport completed? Yep, I built it to your specs, but what? Are you sure you want a standard airport? Let me add some options. Options? What are you talking about? You know all kinds of stuff, like a self-destruct system? Not necessary. Tss, boring. If it's ready, I'd like to use it now. The enemy is close at hand. Go ahead, be my guest. Navy versus air, so it's Drake facing off against Hawke. Similar CO powers. The enemy's built an airport. They'll finish it shortly, sir. You didn't notice this earlier? They must have hidden it somehow. Plus, they built it in such a short amount of time. Amazing speed. I see. Arr, thanks for the intel. Good work. Yes, sir. Thank you, sir. They must have realized I'm the only one who can sail these waters. Planes versus boats. Air units do have powerful advantages, but I'm not sunk yet. This sea dog's got a few tricks up his sleeve. For this map, speed is our absolute friend. There are some factories very close that we can begin to capture. However, it's more important that we push and capture the seaport that is on the western island. We begin with 3 deployed cruisers, and we have to face off against 6 pre-deployed helicopters. As long as our cruisers are in position, we should be able to take down the 6 advancing helicopters without any problems. Once we get that first neutral seaport captured, we can start to ship things as far and fast as we possibly can. Our goal is we want to transport an infantry to the closest seaport that is on the southern island. However, we also must transport the pre-deployed anti-air unit all the way to the shoal that is near the airport on the southern island. It's usually the case that that airport will be captured by the time we are there. However, if we can drop off that initial anti-air unit, we can park it right next to that airport in the woods. So not only do we have a defensive bonus sitting that anti-air unit in the woods, but the artificial intelligence will usually keep building battle choppers right there, and we can destroy them every single day. So really, Hawke is bleeding $9,000 per day. There is more to life than a single lander, and so based on our funds, we want to build some landers so that we can have forces transporting troops to the southern island seaport and also troops to the northern island. It's bad news if Hawke is able to capture the airport in the northern island, but interestingly enough, on this particular playthrough, he did not even come close to the northern island. With enough landers and cruisers, we can eventually take the northern and southern islands, and the battle is then at hand. With the accumulated money, we should be able to build some battleships to send in to be able to once and for all take care of whatever remaining units are on Hawke's headquarters island.
Good old-fashioned route. Naval units repelling a superior air force? Quite a feat. It seems I underestimated my opponent. This war is far from over, though. The only battle I have to win is the final one. The enemy is retreating on all fronts. It looks like we won somehow. Arr! So I'm here for no reason, eh? Eagle, you came to lend a hand. I heard that the enemy was mainly air units. I left the front under the command of the sub-commander, but it looks like I worried for nothing. I got lucky. It was more than luck. How so? Drake, you're a gifted tactician. You should give yourself more credit. You do realize you defeated an army comprising mainly air units, right? It's nothing you or Jess couldn't have done. I'm not so. Perhaps it's your humility that people find so appealing.
Mission complete.
I sped through that. I should have a perfect speed. Yes! Perfect everything, baby.